Hello, dear ones. It is such a joy to meet with you and to share the wonderful grace of Jesus Christ with one another. I'm so happy you signed on today. By the way, if you enjoy these meditations, feel free to pass them on to friends and family. You can help make Jesus famous by promoting these messages. Who knows what lives we may touch together should you share these meditations with those who just may need to hear a good word from Jesus. Our thought today is about being genuine. Have you ever tried to be someone you're not? Have you ever presented yourself to be something that you're not? Did it work for you? For how long? What was your motivation? To fit in? To gain some advantage? To look better than you are? Let me tell you, as an actor, it's very difficult to maintain a different character for a long period of time. It's just so easy for your natural self to accidentally pop through, giving you away. Nevertheless, perhaps some kind of dissatisfaction with ourselves prompts us to start faking it and try to look better than we are. The problem, it will always catch up to you. And then you turn out looking worse than ever. I read a story about a local sportscaster doing some radio coverage of an Indiana high school football game from the stands. He used a chart listing the names, numbers, and positions of the players to help him describe the action. But then it began to rain. The ink on his chart ran, and the numbers on the back of the players were covered with mud. Identifying the home team players was easy enough for him, but the only familiar name on the lineup of the visiting Chicago team was that of Blansky, a linebacker who was up for All-State. As local listeners didn't know the Chicago players and his station wasn't powerful enough to reach Chicago, the sportscaster just made up the names of every Chicago player but Blansky. And since Blansky was the only legitimate name, he did his play-by-play with Blansky, making most of the tackles. The next day, the Chicago Coast called him and said that he had done a really nice job covering the game, except for one thing. Blansky had broken his leg in the first half and spent the second half in the hospital listening to himself playing one heck of a game. You see, when you try to fake it, you may think you're succeeding, you may believe you're getting away with it, but eventually you will be found out. And then what will others think of you? Jesus says in Luke 8:17, "For nothing is hidden that will not be disclosed, nor is anything secret that will not become known and come to light." My advice to you today is always be genuine. Don't pretend to be something you're not. After all, God is pleased in how He has formed you. He made you the way you are on purpose. You are His pride and joy. So why would you want to amend His masterpiece? Does the clay have the right to tell the potter, "Hey, you're messing me up here"? No, the potter has complete control. You are who you are by design. But self-criticism is a common thing. You see your own faults so clearly. You think others must notice them too and judge you accordingly. But in fact, you are merely projecting your own self-loathing onto others, who, by the way, usually find no fault in you at all. And yet you find so many faults in yourself. You say, "Shouldn't I do something about them? Shouldn't I try to improve?" Well, yes, of course you should try to improve yourself, but not by faking who you are. When you set on a course of self-improvement, make sure it's the real you being improved and not some image you've created. But if you want to know where to improve, if you want to correct your shortfalls, take 1 Peter 4:8 to heart. There Peter says, "Above all, love each other deeply, because love covers a multitude of sins." If you have made mistakes, if your soul is seriously in need of repair, if you know you need to improve, make loving others your goal, because love covers a multitude of sins. Love makes all your mistakes easier to manage. But please don't try to fake it. Don't just pretend to love others. Romans 12:9 says, let love be genuine. Faking will only work for a time, and then with very bad results. So open your heart to Jesus. He will show you what it is to love. And with the amazing love that overflows in you, you can take that overflow and spread it around to others. That makes it real. That makes it genuine. There's no room for self-loathing when you realize how thoroughly loved you are. Thank you for joining me today. God bless you all. I will see you soon.